Hey guys, welcome back. It is, as promised, the other semifinal in the Pokemon Perfect ADV Open number 3. As I said last time, these are best of 3, and the winner here will be in the finals, which of course qualifies them for our ADV Championship Tour at the end of the year. I don't want to give spoilers as to who they'll be facing in the finals. I will save that till the end of the video, but you guys should go back and check out the first semifinal if you've not done so already. I also want to just take this moment real quick to ask you guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel yet, if you watch my videos, if you enjoy my videos, please do just take the 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Really makes a difference for me. Low effort on your end, big difference for me. I'd really appreciate it. I would also love a thumbs up if you enjoy my videos, but I can't be that greedy. I'll take the subscription if you wouldn't mind. So here is the best of 3 between Cousiin and Mikmer. And like I said, winner here qualifies for the championship tour at the end of the year by virtue of making the finals. Here's game 1 in their best of 3. Cousiin bottom side, Mikmer top side. Cousiin is probably new to you here. He is someone that I am not super familiar with. He tried out for our SPL team. We didn't end up picking him, but he seemed like a nice guy and one of the stronger guys that we did genuinely talk about. I believe he is a French player. He's either French or Italian. I think he's French. And then on the other side, we have Mikmer, who you guys should be familiar with by now. No longer what I would consider an up-and-comer. I think he's pretty known at this point and has gotten better and better at ADV as the time has proceeded forward. So I don't want to get too far behind on the game. Looking like offensive teams, maybe mid-range for Mikmer. I was going to say offensive for both, maybe more mid-rangey for Mikmer. But that is very good for him. He's going to protect on the boom. The Lax is going to just flat out sacrifice itself with very little, probably no gain, realistically. And Cousiin's going to find himself in a hole early on. Now, he does get a Thunderbolt off for free on the T-Tower, 43%. Only consequence there is Rock Slide on Swampert, who cares? And he doubles back as well to Zapdos, so Cousiin is doing some good work to get himself back out of the hole that he dug himself in, but that self-destruct really was poor. And he's trading Thunderbolts here, which, is fine, but he's already behind, so trading evenly is not going to be a winning plan. He's now going to Thunderbolt into Swampert, Mikmer is, and a lot of switching around. Good plays by Cousiin. A lot of double switching here, which is what you need to do a lot of the time. He sneaks Breloom in on Hidden Power Grass. Now he has to eat a Thunderbolt, so Breloom takes a bit of a beating, but he does do what he's designed to do and gets a Spore off on the Zapdos. Now he focus punches, and Metagross going to be the unfortunate victim there. 61%. Meta does not have lefties, so if Breloom were to have Sky Uppercut, he could probably kill the Meta there, but doesn't look like he has that, and he's going to be forced out, unfortunately. It doesn't look like it's that mono-fighting Breloom that some people like. And we've got an Endeavor Pert threatening Skarm here. Goes Endeavor again, but he might get blown away, and that is what happens, so Swampert left very low and without its Pinch Berry, so Mikmer gaining further ground here. I think Mikmer is pretty comfortably ahead, but it's certainly not game over just yet. Meteor Mash getting not an Attack Raise or a crit here certainly does not help. Hydro Pump is going to get the other Swampert, which foders itself off, and we leave ourselves in a 6-4 situation. Skarm coming in, I guess, as fodder. Hidden Power, obviously doesn't do a lot. HP Grass, double resisted there. But Thunderbolt will suffice. So Cousiin on the board. 5-4, and Mikmer shows his last poke Aerodactyl here. Seems very dangerous, given the circumstances. Good prediction by Cousiin, getting the Rock Resist in on the Rock Slide, but it's a no lefties Rock Resist, so it's not really going to help him. And now he's got to go to Tower for lack of anything better to do. There's the Rock Slide. There's the Retaliatory Rock Slide for the KO. Risky and greedy for Mikmer. But Cousiin gets the Aerodactyl down. That is certainly going to help. There's Hydro Pump miss, and that's a nice break for Cousiin. Maybe he can make a play here. And he actually does have Sky Uppercut. I'm really surprised. Why didn't he do that earlier against the Metagross? I guess he was switching thinking Mikmer would switch as well, but he actually missed an opportunity to kill the Meta, as it turns out. So now Cousiin has only the T-Tower and the Zapdos here. Mikmer with 4 pokes, but the Aerodactyl's not one of them, and some of the guys for Mikmer are pretty beat up. Swampert here is not going to be super helpful now that Zapdos has the agility. Here's Meta switching in. A lot of low stuff for Mikmer. Hidden Power Grass there. It all adds up when the opponent doesn't have lefties. Thunderbolt's certainly going to be enough. Meta down. And T-Tar for Mikmer here. Zapdos dangerous here. Thunderbolt with a crit or a para, full power, or rock slide miss effectively ends the game, and Cousiin would be able to clean this up, but he avoids the bad luck, or I guess Mikmer avoids the bad luck. Cousiin does not get the break that he needs, which, like I said, would have been a crit, a para, full power, or simply a rock slide miss. He gets none of the above, and Mikmer is able to just barely hang on and get the win here. Like I said, Cousiin dug himself in a bit of a hole with that self-destruct into the protect. Never what you want to be doing. So it definitely looked like Mikmer was ahead for most of this. Cousiin made a nice push at the end and very nearly caught himself back up. Very nearly won this game. Swampert at 6% and ready to drop dead to just about anything, and a sleeping with 0 sleep turns killed, 61% Zapdos on the other side. Like I said, had Zapdos for Cousiin managed to beat the T-Tower either with a crit, a para, full power, or a rock slide miss, then Cousiin would have cleaned it up with the Zapdos and won this game. So very, very close. Great comeback for Cousiin, but not quite enough, and Mikmer is going to take game 1. But this is a best of 3, as all of these things are, so we're far from over here. The full set is going to be in this video. Like I said, please do leave a thumbs up if you've been enjoying this kind of content and want to see more of it. Here is game 2 between Cousiin and Mikmer. They're in the same position as before. Zapdos lead for both guys. Man, does this look familiar. It is a switch out as opposed to a BP out. That does not necessarily mean that he doesn't have BP. It very well might be he doesn't want to get hit with a Thunder Wave or something first, so he's just making a point to switch. And it's going to be Mikmer substituting up on the switch. He's only shown the Zapdos still. Cousiin's shown 3 pokes. Psychic pops the sub, but that carries great risk. Yeah, I don't like that at all. That, to me, shows Cousiin's inexperience in ADV. This is something that a top-level ADV player would not allow to happen. He breaks the sub with Psychic, great, but you're begging to get picked off by Dugtrio, and that is exactly what happens. Mikmer takes full advantage of what is a clear mistake from Cousiin, and yeah, he's just got himself a very clear and non-disputable lead. Mikmer did not lose much of anything to pick off that Celebi, and he just flat out has the advantage right now. Cousiin's going to Thunderbolt into the opposing Zapdos. He's going to instead find Jolteon for Volt Absorb. No bueno. There is Baton Pass. And there's going to be a Baton Pass on the other side as well. Cousiin is going to come into Hydro Pump. It's going to cost him 2 PP because of pressure, but I don't think it's the kind of game where PP is probably going to be relevant. Looks like 2 offensive teams once again. Hydro Pump chunks Breloom here. Cousiin seems to be a big Breloom fan. Can't blame him. It's been recently promoted to OU. It's a poke that basically all ADVers at this point accept is good. And Mikmer is going to take a trade here. He's going to lose his Tar, but he's going to kill the Dugtrio as the follow-up. Now, granted, a Mach Punch critical hit there would have been an absolute disaster, but it doesn't come. Effect Spore activates, which is interesting. This could still result, in the dead Dugtrio with the Pursuit Tar here, and that's exactly what happens. So Cousiin has caught himself up. Same story as the previous game. Does something dumb early on, falls behind, and then plays well to catch himself up. Same exact thing as game 1. The Hydro Pump, however, is going to uncatch him up with the insta one-hit KO from 100%, and we're back to a Mikmer lead at 4-3. He also hasn't shown his last poke yet, and he's not going to do so here. He's going to go to Zapdos, and Cousiin is not able to predict that. He goes for EQ. That's obviously going to whiff. Hidden Power Grass for a ton. Ice Beam for not enough. Would have needed a crit or a freeze there, but he gets neither. And now Mikmer dominating this game and dominating the tempo. Zapdos looks like a huge issue for Cousiin. Swampert isn't going to beat it. Skarmory isn't going to beat it. All he's got is his own Zapdos. That gets an unlucky crit on the way in. 23% with HP Grass. And it's going to have to be a faster Zapdos for Cousiin. The sand says that is the case, but how do you get around Jolteon? I don't know that you do. He gets it for 24% on the way in. eats an HP ice. Hidden power back, 27%, but the sand is going to kill Zapdos, and now really big problems for Cousiin. I don't see how he beats the double electric with what he's got left. The Zapdos plus Jolteon combination and this Cousiin, which we haven't even really talked about, it's just going to be too much. This game not as close as the previous. This one looking pretty one-sided and convincing for Mikmer. They're saying they're GG's. Cousiin knows that he's beat. A valiant effort for him, closer in the first game than the second, but Mikmer, the proper ADVer, versus Cousiin, who I think is just learning it or just dabbling in it. The superior and more experienced ADVer, I do believe, is going to come out on top here. Mikmer wins this one pretty convincingly. But same deal. I mean, Cousiin's relatively new to Pokemon Perfect, just like 918 was in the previous set. It is always good to get new faces involved. I love when these guys come out and try out our tours. Decent showing for Cousiin for sure. Top 4 run, nothing to sneeze at. And I certainly hope that he chooses to continue playing in our tours. And I hope you, the viewer watching this, also choose to play in our Pokemon Perfect tours. You should absolutely check it out. Welcoming, chill community, not super hardcore and elitist, none of that Smogon drama. Just come play some Pokemon, some old gens, and have some fun. Pokemon Perfect keeps on growing. It's the place to play old gens. Get involved. But anyhow, like I said, I was going to save the spoiler to the end of the video. This is the end of the video because Mikmer has won the set 2-0. So now I'm going to tell you who he's against. If you guys haven't already watched the other set, this is where you should mute the video or go back and watch it. I'm going to tell you right now that Mikmer has earned himself a finals date against the winner of the other set, Jonks. That's going to be the final, Jonks and Mikmer. Like I said, both guys qualified for the ADV Championship Tour at the end of the year, no matter what happens in that set. But obviously, they want to be the winner of the qualifier, of the Open. So they're going to have their set, and in real time, that has not happened yet. Mikmer against Jonks in the finals. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thumbs up if you did. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you, probably either for Fight Night or the final set, depending on what happens first. But either way, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.